Now let's proceed with the next philosophy of education, the existentialism. So existentialism basically it refers to the existence of an individual or a being. Existentialism it is mainly a European philosophy that originated years before the turn of the century but became popular after World War II. As we all know, during World War II, it was when the Holocaust happened, and it is also the time that Jean Paul Sartre paved a way for the question, what if we exist? Because it is a philosophical theory that people are agents who have control over their choices and actions. And the existentialists believe that society should not restrict or hinder an individual's life or actions to inhibit free will or freedom and the development of that person's potential. So, a good education or a good society would encourage an individual to ask questions such as who am I, where am I going, and why am I here? And that is also the common beliefs of the exponents of this philosophy, and they are Maxine Green, George Keller, and Van Cliff Morris. So now let's proceed with the concepts of existentialism. First is, according to existentialism philosophy, people are thrust into a number of choice making situations, so that making a choice is not confined to deciding to do something, but it also includes deciding to believe something, to accept something as true. So existentialism believes that you are not just deciding to do an action, or you're not just deciding to take an actions, but you are also considering and deciding to believe and to accept that whatever actions you take is true, or whatever actions you're going to take will exist, because a choice, no matter what it is the only true choice, provided that an individual made it authentically, because it was determined by the values a person chose to accept. So a choice should be authentic, meaning it should be from the from yourself. It is your own choice. You are deciding for your own choice. For example, there is a situation wherein a person has lots of, or has tons of options to take, but there is no theories or concepts that there is a good option that you're going to take, but instead a good option that you are to choose is your own choice, and that will make you have an authentic choice or decision. And by doing that, you accept and believe that it is true and it will exist. The point is that the individual cannot leave someone else's truth about existence. So you're not you're not going to rely into someone's opinions or options, but instead you have to believe and accept that your own choice will exist and it is true. So, according to Albert Camus, the literal meaning of life is whatever you're doing that prevents you from killing yourself. So, that means that whatever actions you take should be your own decision or your own choice. You're making an authentic choice, you're making an authentic decision. You're not just basing or reciting or relying to someone's options, someone's opinions by living the life that they prefer for you, but instead you have to live the life that you really want, that you really choose, and that is what Albert Camus means. The next concepts of existentialism is A person creates his or her own definition, and in doing so makes his or her own essence. So the principle of this existentialism is existence precedes essence. So essence means a certain set of core properties that are necessary or essential for a thing to be what it is. So I have here an example. So we have here a knife. So a knife won't be a knife, or it won't be called as knife without its blade. So the essence of knife is the blade. It is the essential part of the knife. Same as human being. A human being won't be a human being without its existence. So the essence of human being or an individual is its existence, because it thinks that the existence of the individual is the highest truth. To wit, existence is more important than essence, for in essence, we are not able to find out the individuality. So, the existence is more important than essence because there will be no essence without the existence of an individual. And also, life has meaning or essence if you only assign to it. If you, so the next concept of existentialism is we are what we chose to be. Again, each individual, we have our own authentic decision, our own opinions to take in any situations, and that the result of that is the person that you are today, the person that you chose to be. And there is no theories or concepts of good decision that you are going to take. So it is all the own choice of a person. The last concept of existentialism is the essence we create is a product of our choices. It may vary with individuals. So, as what I have said earlier, each individuals have their own choices in life, authentic choices in life, and so on. So, the essence we create is a product of our choices. So, the person that you are today is the product of your decision, the product of your authentic decision or authentic choices in life.
So now let's proceed to existentialism. Existentialism believes the most important kind of knowledge is about human condition and the choices that each person to make. Existentialism states that our lives no inherent meaning or purpose, but rather it is the purpose we create for our lives that gives them a sense of meaning, and it is the way human beings find themselves existing in the world. Next, education. Education is the process of developing consciousness about the freedom to choose and the meaning of and responsibility for one's choices. Education is a teaching and learning philosophy that focuses on the student's freedom and agency to choose their future and bear the responsibility of choices and action that they make. And next, existentialism and curriculum. The curriculum could avoid systematic knowledge or structured discipline, and students are free to select from any available learning situation. The primary aim of the curriculum is to help learners develop their own values and understand themselves with their own cultural context, which they can express themselves.
Existentialism and teacher. Teacher cultivates personal choice and individual self-definition. The teacher must promote the freedom for a learner to make personal choices and individual self-definition. Therefore, the teacher's role is to expose students to various paths they may take in life and create an environment where they can freely select their own way and to relate with each student openly and honestly. Existentialism and method of teaching. Existentialist methods focus on the individual. Learning is self-paced, self-directed, and includes a great deal of individual contact with the teacher, who relates to each student openly and honestly. When we say self-paced learning, it means you can learn in your own time and schedule. You don't need to complete the same assignments or learn at the same time as others. While self-directed learning, it is a learning in which the conceptualization, design, conduct, and evaluation of a learning project are directed by the learner. Existentialism promotes the methods of education which emphasize on self-activity of the learner, such as experimentation, the process of trying methods, activities, etc. to discover what effect they may have. Another one is the self-expressive activities, for example, through an artistic activity such as drawing or dancing. And lastly, the method and media that illustrates emotions, feelings, and insights.